Hey everyone, so this is a new Tokyo Debunker opinion video. It's been a while since my last one, and my opinions on the ghouls, like the character stage, all have changed quite a bit. So um this is going to be a tier list video. I know this is vertical, this is actually recorded on a phone. I know it's better horizontal, but unfortunately the computer that I have, unfortunately, is not really good for recording right now, and it would actually cost a bit to get a new one, and I don't have the money for that right now because obviously I need the money for other stuff, like it's personal. So we're just gonna go with the phone for right now. All of my videos are recorded on my phone. So anyway, so these are the tiers. These are self-explanatory, so I don't think I need to explain much. Now you might be wondering why is there two like Mary. So Mary is the first tier, Mary, is where it's my my number one, although number one is actually a little confusing because there's two actually characters that I are like fighting for number one right now. They're tied right now. We will see as this story progress goes how I feel about these two characters. But these two characters I loved and I just like I don't know what to do. So I will see, obviously, and then we will see who will be number one. But for now, these two are just, at the top, like a number one for now, right now. I don't do harem. I rather just stick to a favorite. So, I know some people just prefer, are harem person. I am not that. I rather stick to, one character. So because I am a self-insert person, I love to zone out myself with that character. So that's why I prefer having favorite, you know um so and then Marry Another World is obviously my other favorites that I will marry in another world. And then the rest of these tiers is self-explanatory, so I don't really need to explain much. Acquaintance is just one where I just see them as acquaintance, and that I don't really feel as close. So yeah, so okay, we're going to start. So first off, we have Alan, who I would put this as Marry in Another World. So Alan is a cinnamon roll. I love him. He's just sweet, and honestly, I see him as a good husband material. He will provide you food. Like obviously, it's not like show, obviously, because he cooks, and honestly, he's the perfect husband material. But Alan knows how to fix things, and seems like the guy who is great, at taking care of you, etc. Honestly, when he smiles, it's just so adorable. Like he rarely smiles. If you catch up with the story, you know why. But he's a cinnamon roll that I think deserves to pass. So obviously, I would marry him. Okay, now we have Ben K. So I'm gonna put him as, even though we don't know much, and I think people would put him in sus, I'm gonna put him in acquaintance because he's actually pretty nice. Even though he's kind of sus too. So I'm just gonna put in acquaintance. He works at the store in the academy. So we're just gonna put in acquaintance. And then obviously we have Cornelius, which is a huge sus. It's just, I would also put in no as well. So sus could be either way. So sus and no can be the same. but I guess no is like maybe if I hate or not hate, like dislike more. Um Now Dante. Dante is probably the one I think I might trust out of all the staff if you guys caught up with the story. Um Cause he seems like, even though he's sus, he seems like, I don't know, a little bit more trustworthy than all the staff. So okay, Ed. Ed is very, 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 very mysterious. I'll put him in mixed feelings. I have mixed feelings with him after episode, I think it was episode 11, I believe, or am I getting that wrong? Hold on. No, it's episode 10. On episode 10, I had mixed feelings. If you know, you know. If you caught up with the story, but I had mixed feelings. I thought he was like honestly on our side or something like that in episode 7, but episode 10 got me mixed feelings. So I don't know anymore, but I do like him as a character. He's very interesting. He's very mysterious. He's very hilarious, not gonna lie. And I do love when Rudy and like a scold him. So it's hilarious. So then we finally have his name, Elias Pratt, the janitor. I'm gonna put it in sus. I know some people actually like him, honestly, that they even simp for him. I am not one of those people. We don't know much about him. He's nice, like Benkei, but I don't know. Out of these two, I think I would trust a Benkei more, to be honest. But I don't know. I have mixed feelings with these two, but they're gonna be down below. So who knows? Like, obviously, my opinions might change as the story progresses. Now Haku, I feel like if you guys know from, you know, my old channel, I raved about Haku. I blurred about him a lot. He is honestly one of my favorites, even though he's a flirt, like honestly, and I rarely have flirts as number one. Um, he it's too much funny. Too much funny. He makes me blush way too much and giggle and laugh and etc. He's always there for the NC, gets great advice, and honestly, just the sweetest. Um, like, even though he seems lazy, um, he's always there, you know, for people. He's just the sweetest. So obviously, Mary. I know some people find him sus, which I'm. This is why I have mixed feelings. Kind of a little bit of mixed feelings with Haku. Um, So, but I don't know. I still love him. I just don't want to believe, you know, whatever things, you know, whatever. I just don't want to believe. Obviously, I might change my mind when the story progresses, but I just don't want to believe. Like, Haru, I will also marry, even though he's a workaholic, which I think I will be scolding him a lot for this. But honestly, he's a great husband material. He just feeds, you know, the kid, like all the anomalies, like the kids and etc. Especially Peekaboo. He takes care of everyone, like making sure they're well fed. Um, and it just has a positive attitude. And he was actually the ghoul that I chose first. Before obviously, um, my feelings has changed. Um, but I love Haru. Um, Nothing else to say. I'm pretty sure a lot of people love Haru, even though he's not the most popular character actually in this game. Um, but I love Haru. I think he's also a great husband. I think he'll be also a great husband, honestly. Like, great father, great husband. Like, yes. Okay. Heidi, Professor Heidi. Professor Heidi is a very, 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 very sus that he makes me mad, like Cornelius. So Heidi is actually a character that I actually did like at first when we first saw him. He was funny. Sorry about that. I thought I heard something. But anyway, he was funny at first in the beginning, and then obviously as the story progressed, he became sus, and I'm just like, ugh, I don't know anymore about this man. Like, this man can't be trusted. I believe Haku's mentioned a quote like he seems like the kind of person that you wouldn't trust. I think that's what he said. And honestly, I didn't really take that sentence seriously, and I feel like I should have, because this guy's very sus, very very sus. Like, don't trust him. Okay, Jin. Jin. Okay, wait, where's he? Oh, why he keeps going backwards? Okay, Mary. Honestly, these two are tied. Okay, the reason why he's tied because episode 17. If you've watched or read that episode, he, I don't know what to do. I feel like it's kind of clear that he's kind of has feelings for like the MC. So this game is not really like, even though the Play Store says if you love anime games, etc., it's not marketed as an anime game. Although I think a few people told me that it was marketed as romance. Um, so it's not only game right now, but I think it will be ultimate game later. If you don't know the voice lines and the voice lines like the Affinity chats, and then obviously with episode 17, which is also proof. So they are like more like friendly in the voice lines. Like it seems like they have feelings for the MC, if you read the voice lines, etc. It gets a little bit, I guess you could, more romantic as just you progress in with their affinity. Although a lot of people told me, actually, if not a lot of people, a few people told me that you don't get affinity chats at their affinity 10, level 10, which sucks. I think maybe they will add more later on. It could be like one of those where it's just locked for now. Like the Hata Ruby ones, they were locked in episode 5. They were locked, and it took like, I don't even know how long it took. Although I don't think it took that long for it to be unlocked. So, but it did take a little bit for the Hata Ruby chats to to show up. Yeah, and they mentioned this also on their Twitter. So anyway, getting sidetracked. Jin, honestly, I don't know, because episode 17 really like drove me nuts, because obviously it was so like a lot of romance in there. Not like, kissing and stuff, but you could tell. So he is a Sunder, honestly. And Sunders are my type. I love Sunders. They're like my new like type, I guess you could say. Back then, I used to simp for bad boys, and I still love bad boys, but not as much anymore, and now into like Sunders and stuff. So Jin is actually very, very sweet. So yeah, I like to think that this game will turn into an anime game. Like I said, if you don't remember the prologue, they did ask you to choose a goal to save. So I have a theory that the ghoul you save is basically the one you're close to, or just basically the ghoul you fall in love with. So I'm pretty sure we will have roots in like the future, like the near future, just not right now. We're just going through like, the story of how we got, there from, the prologue with, the fire and everything. So, but I'm pretty sure we will have roots, at least I hope. So I'm just begging, I know I've seen Lulu. But I'm just begging for this to be an anime game soon, just more romance, because these ghouls are very handsome. Like I'm pretty sure we all want to romance the ghouls. So okay, now we have Jiro. Jiro is I see him as a friend, even though he's kind of I don't know. I wouldn't really say intimidating, but it's a little awkward. Like he seems like maybe the type of person you don't know don't know what to talk about, etc. He is a little bit bold actually. But I do love Jiro as a character. Um and honestly, his laugh is just like, oh my gosh. So I do see him as like friends. I don't know, maybe best friends later on. Actually, I think he was the ghoul that's actually appeared the most in all the episodes that we was released so far. So um in a way, yeah, just friends for right now. Kaito. Kaito is the best friend. I love him. He's so considerate and very sweet. I know some people are like annoyed by him with the screaming. Personally, I find it funny and I actually related to because he is a scaredy cat like me. I get scared so easily. Like I don't want to deal with anything dangerous, etc. So I would honestly um I just relate to him so much. Um so I think he's the least popular character in this game. Which is kind of sad because I love Kaito. He's just honestly a best friend that you can um that you wish you can have because he's just very supportive and considerate, very sweet. So I love Kaito so much. Leo. Okay, Leo, I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't really like this character. And obviously I would put him in no. Leo is a character that he is pretty much an asshole throughout the whole um episodes that we've seen him. I really don't like him. In his voice ones, he's actually a little bit more nicer as he go on, but personally, I still don't really like him. I don't think it excuses um him being like still decent. Is like excuses for what he done. Um, so it's not like hate because I think he might have some redemption. So maybe I don't know his redemption story. I don't know if it'll make me changes my mind on him. But I really don't want to be acquainted with him. He's an asshole. He's a jerk. I don't really like him. Self-explanatory. So, like, I do admit he is pretty smart actually, and very smart. And then pretty much I don't think we would progress with the story if he wasn't here. But still, I don't really like him. So, okay, Luca. Luca. I kind of want to put Tin and Friends because he's not really that considerate. But he does have a lot to learn. So I'm gonna put him next to Kaito. I think because obviously MC and Kaito and Luca, honestly, that's the best trio. Like honestly, like seriously. Um, best trio. And I love Luca. He is very kind and sweet. But less considerate than Kaito actually. Um, I think it's funny though, it's funny and also actually very nice to see him very like learning about Japanese etiquette. Because he doesn't really know much about Japan. Um, so considering he's a transfer. So okay, now Laika. Laika is a character where honestly I see him as a best friend. He loves to paint. Um, he's very kind. And honestly, I don't really have much else to say. Honestly, that was so cute. The part where when he's not used to girls except for that MC. That's actually hilarious. But he's very kind. He does scowls a bit. But I honestly see him as a best friend. Like get along with with art and everything, because I love art as well. So Mosby, Professor Mosby, sus where he can just, oh wait, he keeps going there. Come on. Swear to God. There you go. He's sus. He's sus. Sorry about that again. When I pause, it's because I don't want my my parents or my brother to come in. I mean, don't want my parents or my brother to hear my voice. So, um, and they're also like coming. They're gonna come into the room. So, anyway, but Professor Mosby is sus, and I had nothing else to say. I don't like him. Like, come on. I don't. I don't like. Wait, actually, I should move this one. Yeah, that's much better. This is we going from trustworthy to least trustworthy, or I guess. So put this. I don't know. They're kind of tied, I guess. I don't know. And then we have Professor Nicholas, which she's also says I don't really trust any of the staff right now. Even though I put Ben K as acquaintance. But he seems to know Haru, so I'm just gonna go off that for that. And then we have Elias. Oh, actually, maybe I should put in acquaintance. You know what? I'll put in as acquaintance, actually. So, anyway, sorry about that. If you hear any like noises or something, I am in my room. Like I said, I am laying down doing this. So, MC, her canyon name is Luna. So, but like I said, I self-insert myself. So I'm gonna see her as a best friend. I know some people really want her to have more personality, which I do agree. But I do like, one of those, I do like MCs who are, soft, girls and everything, like and laid back, and that's what she is. So, yeah, and she's actually very kind. So I would see her as a best friend. So, okay, Ren. Ren is actually the ghoul who I think is the most normal out of all the ghouls. Like I'm pretty sure they're like all crazy in some way. But I feel like Ren is the most like normal one. Out of all the ghouls. So, and he's relatable. He plays video games, etc. So I don't know where to put him. He's also a Sunder, like Jin. So, I don't know. Should I put in friends and best friends? Because I honestly don't see myself marrying him. But I don't know. Well, you know what? I'm gonna put in. Oh my goodness, this is really hard to put. Okay, there we go. I will put him as best friend because he's relatable, like I said, with the video games and everything, and don't want to do too much work. So, and also he is also, I guess you could say, a scaredy cat like Kaito. So they're kind of like similar. Although Kaito's scream way more than Ren actually. So, okay, now we have Ritsu, which is going to be a no. I can see myself arguing with him a lot, basically on the walls and everything. He keeps bringing up everything up at the walls. He's records everything, and I will get super mad with that. Like, even though there's no law of that, like, who does that? Like, I don't think there's a lawyer who records like every single thing about like their day and everything. I don't know, or let me know in the comments, like, since I don't really know much about lawyers, but I just don't like Ritsu Sorry about that. Ritsu is a character I will get annoyed and get angry with a lot. Like, even though he's more nicer than the other Sinastra ghouls, I just don't want to be acquainted with this character. Just, he records way too much. Just, I see myself getting, like, angry. Just, Romeo, obviously, also, no. I don't want to deal with him. He has way too much anger issues, etc. Like, when there isn't an episode where he screams and then, like, gets, like, yells, pretty much. Like, when? Like, come on. It's just, no, I'm not doing with that. Like, I don't want to deal with, like, anger issues. I know Jin, he has a little bit of anger issues, but he is actually more sweeter than Romeo, so I can deal with that, to be honest. Then we have Ri, who is also going to be in Mary in Another World. I love Ri, even though he's kind of a little sus as well. He's very sweet to MC. He is honestly a wife, but honestly a good husband. He will be a great husband as well. Like, he takes care of the laundry. He has a bar, but I think he can cook as well. He cleans. Honestly, he is just the perfect housewife, and honestly, I would marry him. Like, seriously, like, I know he has obviously the circumstances regarding since he's a reaper, but I will still marry him. He's just so sweet. Like, like a show. I would put him in Mary in Another World, but I'm putting him in mixed feelings. So there's the reason why. If you've seen the ending on episode 7, you'll know the reason why I have mixed feelings. And that's the only reason why I mixed feelings. I don't want to talk about it if any of y'all didn't see, the episodes or just don't remember and you don't want to hear spoilers. But I don't know anymore. Like, all the ghouls are not gonna lie, they are kind of sus because all the ghouls, they do have like a past. I think something that's just like, past is painful and they don't want to talk about it. And I'm pretty sure all the ghouls, they do regret their wish and they want to all be normal again. So, but anyway, Show, like, honestly, he is a husband material. Obviously, he cooks. I think he can fix as well. And he is strong. Like, obviously, he punches and stuff. So obviously, it's a great husband material. However, because of, what happened in episode 7 at the end, I had mixed feelings. So we will see as the story progresses, and then if something were to prove about Show, then he will be back to, like, Mary. But for now, he's just mixed feelings. Subaru. So now Subaru is a character that I am a little, like, sus about it now after episode 15. He gives me Yonder vibes, not gonna lie, a little bit. And you'll see the reason why I think that. I don't know. I don't want to, like, he's actually very sweet, actually, but I don't know. I'm going to put him in Friends, because he's actually, Subaru is actually very kind still, but, what happened in episode 17, not 17, episode 15, I just, like, confused, but, anyway, okay, Taiga also, no. I know, I put all Sinastra in no. But I just don't want to deal with any of them. Taiga is just honestly a very scary person because you don't even know what he's thinking when he's gonna shoot, etc. He's one of those people who's just calm until triggered. So, I don't know anymore. I don't know. Like, he scares me. Like, because he shoots his men if he gets pissed off. Not like actual kill, but he still shoots them. And and he does the same with MC as well. I know, like memory loss doesn't really excuse for me, so, like, I don't. Although he's kind of a little bit growing on me, a little bit. but still it's a no. Okay, now we're down to our last four. So Toma. So Toma is a character that I'm not gonna lie, he still gives me a little bit sus vibes with his expression. I don't know what to put in. I kind of want to put in, because I don't really see myself as like close with him. We're friends. I think I'm just gonna put his acquaintance. Like, he is kind, but I just don't think I will be close with him. Okay, now Toa. Toa is a character that honestly gives me also Yonder vibes, but he's also kind. He's very touchy with MC, actually. Very touchy. So I don't know what to put in. He's kind, but, and, you know, cute, but I don't know if I want, like, I don't know. We'll just put in friends. And then we have Yuri. Yuri, I'm pretty sure we all know episode 16. Wait, is that episode 16? No, it's not episode 16. Episode 14. Episode 14. That really made me like feel bad for him. So, would he want to be friends with me? Like, because he seems like the type of person to not relax and stuff. Honestly, he's such a workaholic. I don't know why there's always a lot of workaholic like characters in like games. But anyway, let's see. Should I put in friends? I don't know. I kind of want to put in an acquaintance. That, you know what? We'll just put in friends. Like episode 7, like 14 really got to me. Okay, now Zenji. Oh, but by the time I'm actually recording this on his birthday, so happy birthday, Zenji. But Zenji is also best friends. He is honestly very sweet and also like very considerate, like such a gentleman towards MC. Like, who wouldn't want him as a best friend? And he can keep secrets as well. Like, honestly, I would actually put him in Mary, like in another role, not gonna lie, but we're sticking with the top 5 for right now. Who knows, maybe the list can change. But yeah, I see him as best friend, like, honestly. So yeah, that is just it for my tier list. Let me know. So let me go let me scroll down, do overview. So obviously we had the Mary, so these two are fighting for number 1. Mary in Another World, which I agree with. Best friends, let's see. Yeah, I agree. Friends, agree. Mixed feelings, agree. Acquaintance, yeah, I agree with that. Sus, yeah, nothing. I don't see anything I would change. So yeah, so here's an overview. So yeah, that's just it for this tier list video. Let me know in the comments below if you like, what are your thoughts on each of the characters now. We are 17 episodes already, and episode 18 is coming out next week on Thursday. I will obviously be recording it with commentary and uploading it on this channel. So let me know your opinions on each of the ghouls, like and the staff, and I will see you guys in the next video.